Hey guys, what is going on? This is going to be your map guide in Vanguard for Paradise in Vanguard Season 1. Now, I don't know why I haven't done this yet, but I think this is a pretty interesting map. Maybe I was a little bit taken aback by simply how big this actual map is. Like, it is really, really large. Especially when you are playing this on 6v6, this is not an ideal map. But when you do get 8v8 and even 12v12, this map can actually be a lot of fun. There's a lot of wide open spaces, and snipers will typically dominate on this map just because of massive long lines of sight here. As we normally do with these, we're going to talk about the flags first. We do have A near this artillery cannon style thing. It also leads towards that outside thing. You can come on the outside of the map and walk all the way up to the A flag. If we go have a look at the B flag, we will see that's fairly far away, and you can see just how big this map actually is. If we slide into the middle there, you can see that the B flag is down there in the bunker style building. Many of you, I'm sure, will have seen this map before, but yeah, there's the B style building in there, and you can see sort of most of the middle of the map from that particular building. We'll go show you that. And there is a toxic waste dump in the middle, which is damaging you for a little weird reason, which is pretty cool. I like that. Nice little feature of that one. But as you can see, the B flag does let you see sort of towards the A flag and then towards kind of the C flag while you're capturing it. But you can sort of move around this building and then see towards the C flag-ish. You're not going to get a clear sight on it because it is, again, very far away and this map is quite large. So we'll walk through the factory style building here and head towards the other side of the map, towards the C flag, and we're going to get to one of my most favorite spots on this map. It's definitely a cool little addition. And you see the C flag all the way over here. Again, map very, very big here. You can see that the C flag and the A flag are 121 meters apart. Pretty big map. So again, you can see it's like a little box shape. You usually can land grenades and frags and stuff in this particular spot here because there's like a little bowl that you can land them in. So it's not too bad of a spot to chuck your grenades and stuff from over there, maybe from over there, and try and land them on the C flag. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about, and this is something that became apparent to me the exact second I logged into this particular map. I jumped in and I was spawned over here and I was like, oh, this is pretty neat. This is a bit interesting. And I saw a guy. He was standing over here on this spot. He was sort of leaning out over the side. And I'm like, what's he up to? What's he doing? And you go like this. Okay. As I was saying, you can find your way sort of on this ledge out here, and then you can sort of aim towards the A flag. Now, the interesting thing about this particular spot is you actually can't shoot people past a certain area on this. It's a little strange exactly how it works, but as you look toward... Come on, we get the spot. As you look towards the A flag, if there are people probably like above that line, you can't really shoot them, but as they come further down the wall, they're not really likely to see you unless they're looking for your scope glint and you're here for too long. So basically, once they get past this section here, you can actually shoot them. You can get kills on people who do run past this bit. But I'd say it's about there-ish, like that line across there. You can't really shoot people past that. I'm not sure why. Maybe the bullet travels too far. Maybe it like travels too far in terms of that actual distance. Maybe if you get a larger barrel or something like that, a larger magazine ammo type, maybe you can get those shots to land further away. But from what I have seen so far on this map with snipers, basically you can shoot people sort of in this area here, but not back there. So that's a nice little line of sight, and one of the first things I learned about this map. There is a bunker in this particular room, which you can use to sort of get a decent line of sight of the middle areas of the map towards like the B flag side, and then that middle area that we can talk about in just a second here. Again, there is another little punch hole that you can make through there, and you can see a lot of people do usually come from the C flag. They'll come up this way and they'll stand in this area here trying to get to the stairs, go in the underground bit that we'll talk about again in just a second here. You also can jump out of here again if you go like this. If you hit the little... Come on, let me do the thing. There we go. You hit a big punch. Hit a big punch and you can climb out of there fairly easy if you are looking for a way out of here. And again, you can go the other way. Maybe get a shot on somebody who is sort of in this area from this line of sight, which is quite nice. Another interesting one is looking towards the A flag side of the map. If you do come out of the B flag building and you're looking for kills here, typically people will hide on this. There's usually a truck. There's usually the truck there. And they will typically sit behind this, on top of it. I've seen people just sitting on top of this truck. I don't know why people choose to do that, but it's a little bit an interesting one. And you can sit on this barrel here. That is a explosive barrel, so be careful of that. Maybe blow it up before you do this. But again, you can use this sort of line of sight to your advantage here. You can pick either side of this. You do have to be aware that you can get shot from this side of the map, which is not ideal. But when you are sitting here, you can sort of use this to your advantage and snipe somebody there and then like take a shot towards the middle of the map. This is a nice little spot here. Again, you do have to be careful of the explosive barrel here, though. Then I typically use this to move up to these boxes here. Again, moving towards the A flag. As you can see, you do have a nice little line of sight. If assuming that those are broken, typically people will get the explosive drop on the grenades and stuff. Like the kill streaks will start blowing up these barricades. And you can get a nice little shot on somebody who is taking that A flag. And then again, you can use these boxes and the barrels and stuff to either move into here, or then again, you can move up to the truck yourself as well and try and push towards the A flag. Again, maybe get a little cap for your team. Another line of sight that you can see, if you look all the way towards this, if you come through here, again, you can see towards the B flag. You can see the boxes that we were talking about previously. And again, you can come towards here and you can see towards the middle of the map. A lot of people do sit in that crow's nesty style bunkery area on that. We'll go talk about that in a second. But again, people do like to run towards the middle so they can either get down the stairs or come towards the middle of the map. And again, you can see them very clearly if you are looking through here. Pretty easy with an assault rifle with a decent scope like your G12 2.5 times, whatever they're called. You know, the medium style one. Or even like just a slate reflector should be good enough here. But again, sniper makes this really, really easy. Another very common area that we probably should have talked about first when we do talk about this line of sight, as you can see all the way back there. That is the line of sight that we were talking about. I believe it's there. That's the line of sight we were talking about previously. You can snipe people from there. And if you're just waiting, you want to be a little sneaky and you know somebody is constantly sitting on that spot here and they're not there, you basically can just wait for them to peek out and get a nice little shot on them there when they do re-peek. And if we move back down on this side of the map, there's another very, very interesting spot that I do want to point out, and that is this bridge here. You might think that you can just run across this all safe and not have a problem in the world, but I'm sure many of you may have known the bridge blows up. And if you run across it wrong, you're going to fall to your death. So somebody can actually blow this up while you are on it, and you can fall to your death, which is absolutely hilarious. But you can still run on the outside. You can actually go down here, do a little hoppy hop. If you do want to jump across there, you don't just want to like risk your life by sprinting across here, or you don't want to take the high ground. Again, you can always take the high ground here, but again, you can get shot from there, the low ground as well, and if somebody is sitting there. So it's pretty safe to just sort of jump down here, do a little jump, and then do a little jump, but you have to hit those jumps. If you don't, you're going to die, and don't be an idiot, man. I've done that before. And then you get actually a nice little spot down here where people might not know about this because it's not super well known. Talking about this area of the map, again, this is quite commonly frequented by most people in this map. They do sort of use this to either go towards like the B flag, or again towards the B flag that way towards the middle of the map. And then again, they use this to sort of run towards this area, towards the A flag, towards the longer side. So again, this is a fairly important area. You can control this from these wood, like little pile loggy things. You do have to take out the explosive barrel first. But again, as I said, you can peek towards the middle of the map. A lot of people do walk into this area sort of trying to get towards the stairs, or sort of come back here to try and get towards the C flag, or even go on a big flank that we talked about previously. So you can use this area to sort of control people from coming towards the middle. And again, if you were to walk around this side, you can see towards the middle of the map again, another different line of sight that you can use to sort of peek and slowly stop people from trying to get towards this area of the map. Can't do anything about that. That just has to stay there, which is very interesting. A nice little dangly bit on the map. And this is the sort of bunker-style area that we were talking about previously. You can, again, see towards the A-style area of that map. There's a little line of sight that we talked about previously. You can see all the way over there. If somebody does try and get past the truck towards the B flag, you can take them out from here. Somebody looks at you from inside the factory B-style building, you can take them out from here as well. And if they do try and escape out this side, there is a little doorway that we can talk about in a second. If you come out this side, you can get a shot on them there as well. And a lot of people do know about this, and this is a favorite spot of mine to sort of get a little bit of a flank on the B flag. Again, people do come down here fairly frequently. You can't get hurt by that particular lot of like the toxic waste, and you can use this to sort of sneak up on the B flag if somebody is trying to peek out this side. You will have a very easy line of sight on if when you come up the stairs, get an easy kill on them there. If somebody is sitting here looking towards that style bit that we were talking about previously, and then again that flag over there, and then towards the A flag in the middle of the map, you come up the stairs, get an easy kill on them. And then you can use the stairs to sort of hold the B flag, capture the B flag, do a lot of things with the B flag. And then again, you can use this area to sort of defend it as well. Another explosive barrel that you do have to look out for. I've seen people sit in this spot. It's kind of cheesy, mostly because if people don't come in that way, your teammates are on this side of the map and you come in here and you're sitting here. Well, you can basically just stop people from capturing the B flag. You can chuck your grenades in there. And it's pretty easy to control it from here because, I mean, you can jump up here as well and wait for people to come to you. Again, this is one of those maps where there is a lot of open lines of sight here, and you can jump up on here if you do come from that side, or you can just sort of jump up from here. You can use this box to jump up here, of course, and then you can sort of climb up here, and then maybe a little punch hole in that one, and you can see all the way across the middle of the map. Again, that's the area we talked about previously, and a lot of people do sit in the middle of the map in this particular lane here. So use this spot to your advantage. Give it a little, come on, give me a little punch hole, brother. Give me a little punch hole. That'll do it, yes. It's splintered enough to actually be able to see through it. And you can actually do a little shooting. Maybe you get your pistol out and just give a little tap, make a little line of sight for you. Maybe a silenced pistol can do this for you, making a little bit less noise so you can get a nice line of sight across the map there. Again, if you stand on the A flag, you can use this to your advantage. I can really get the pistol out again, hit a reload, and you can knock out some of these boards. This typically does happen on its own when you do get those kill streaks flying in, and you can see you do have a nice little line of sight on those barrels, on the boxes that we talked about previously. People won't be able to push up on you if you are sort of sitting in this spot. You do just have such a powerful position up here. You can even take on the outside and just wait for people to come to you. You can even shoot through that box sometimes. You get a little lucky shot on them. But if you do stand on this, you can actually get a nice little line of sight all the way down there. You can basically see the outside of the map. If somebody comes this way, you got an easy shot on them. Another little tricky spot that I have seen is actually people do sit in here sometimes. This is a disgusting spot. Like, look at this, man. Like, it's literally a hole that you can sit in. You can defend the long side of the C flag coming up towards here. You can defend this. If people do, like, poke their heads out, you're going to get an easy shot on them. But if you do that, you're going to be exposed from the other side. So, you, again, just have your head on a swivel. Just be spinning around constantly. Take a shot there and then sort of aim this way if there's nobody else coming. Okay. So we did have to use an explosive, but you can get that box out of the way there. And then if you were to sit in this disgusting spot, you can say, take a shot there, take a shot there. Somebody does jump down here, you can get an easy kill on them. And then swivel around, you can sort of look this way. And you're very hard to see because this is shadowed and it's all green camo depending on what skin you're wearing. It's really easy to just sit here and just wait for people to come to you, but I don't recommend this because it's really sweaty and disgusting. But again, you can hold the A flag very, very easily from this particular position here. And another interesting spot that I do want to talk about is actually pushing from this C flag all the way up here. When you get to this area here, typically you can just use this little line of sight as a little bit of a head glitch here. You can duck in and out of here. But again, when you do push up here, you do have to be concerned about there. Again, we'll talk about that in just a second. But typically when I do push up here, I like to either chuck like my incendiary grenade all the way at the back there, just to use it as a little bit of a smoke grenade, and then use it to push up and try and take a shot at somebody. Again, trying to like hold the A flag. Again, that's the spot we spoke about previously. If you see a head sitting in there, take a shot because you're going to hit them. Then again, you do have to be concerned about when you are trying to push the A flag. If you do jump up here, just be careful that there's not an enemy immediately about to run across here. I've done it a number of times on this map because I'm like, yeah, push. I'll jump up here, and as I've got my gun away, an enemy will around the corner and get an easy kill on me here. So just take half a second, make sure it's clear before you do jump up. You will get COD timinged on this little ledge because that's just what happens in this game. That's just how it works. The second you decide to jump up here, an enemy will literally spawn down here, and this is what it looks like from the other way. An enemy will spawn just down here, and they'll go, hey, and you'll get an easy kill on them. So again, just be careful if you do come this way. Maybe just take half a second to wait and see if anybody is going to come here.
Capturing Charlie.
There isn't too much going on with the rest of this map. I believe there is a hard point location in here, and you can use this bunker area to sort of defend yourself from people trying to attack you. But again, if you are in this area, there's going to be grenades in here. There's going to be incendiaries. It's going to be an absolutely wild time here. So again, you just sort of have to use these lines of sight. You can see like back there as well if you use this quite well. But that is going to be pretty much it here, guys, for our Paradise map guide. There isn't too much else to talk about on this map. It's not too complicated. Mostly there's just sort of big long lines of sight that you have to worry about. And there's a lot of buildings and stuff, a lot of boxes and things that you can just use to sort of cover yourself. Again, this is another little area where you can just chuck grenades in. So I typically wouldn't recommend you sit in this spot most of the time because if somebody chucks like a C4 or something in here, you are dying. So again, thank you very much for watching this one. I do massively appreciate it, of course. If you do have a map guide or a particular map that you do want to see me take a look at, do a little bit of an in-depth look at very, very soon, make sure you do leave a comment letting me know. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on as well. We are still looking for 6,000 subscribers, and if you could help me achieve that goal, that would be absolutely massive, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye!